And we're on.
Hey, we're on. Hey, how y'all doing, baby? Right off the bat, happy Mardi Gras. Mighty fine Mardi Gras going on. Laissez les bon temps rouler, baby. Let the good times roll. It's Fat Tuesday, so I hope you're enjoying your Mardi Gras in whatever fashion you like to. I see everybody showing up here, so I really appreciate it. Greg Talbert, buddy, I'm glad you made it. Greg's out in California, near San Jose, I want to say, Mountain View, somewhere out there. I can't remember right off the bat. Randy Curvin, hey, buddy, I listened to your show earlier. I was glad to see you using your voice. And that's what it's all about, us talking, using our voice, trying to further the message and everything that's going on every day, and get a chance to visit with the family on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Hell, we might stretch it into another one. Hello, Donna Bonacosi. My wife really likes Donna's accent, and she's got a real Boston accent.
Boston?
Yeah, up in Boston. Yeah.
I tried to learn a little bit
Donna
of that when I
Bonacosi.
was up there.
I love the way she says her name. Anyway, Donna's been with us a long time. Napa. I'm sorry, Greg. Greg Talbert's up in Napa. Napa Valley. That's where they make all the wine up there.
Oh.
Anyway, yeah, we got a lot going on in the news that we can talk about, and tonight we're joined again by Joe Riddle from the New News, and Joe started out with adminning over on John Bernabo Speaks, Blue Dot Family, and then branched off. Joe has been using his voice for a while. How you doing, Joe?
I'm pretty good, John. How are you guys tonight?
I'm hanging in there, buddy. That's all you can do. Enjoying my Mardi Gras. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw beads at somebody here. Pretty soon.
Why didn't we think about getting the beads out?
I don't
Because we
know.
have a whole big basket full.
We have tons of beads, baby. I took Mama and the kids to Mardi Gras several times, and yeah, we know what the bead thing is.
Not that Mardi Gras. The safe for work Mardi Gras.
Well, we didn't take the kids. We didn't take our kids down to Bourbon Street, and but again, with us is Sparky Dunk. Sparky's out in California. How you doing, bub?
Oh, I'm hanging in there.
Got a little rain, I hear.
Staying dry. Yeah. More snow in the mountains.
More snow in the mountains, more rain. Jeez, everything's
Bill Rick's going up for a ski vacation tomorrow. I said, you better have a car with chains.
No shit. Ski vacation. That guy, I swear, I want to live his life. He's Billable Rick. He's a lawyer out in California. He's a great guy, and constantly giving us updates on what concerts he's going to or how he's jetting around the nation. I'm trying to get a job as a chauffeur with that guy. But,
well, I don't think you'd want to be going with him this weekend.
I don't know. As long as
there's lots of snow up in the Sierras where he's going.
If all I got to do is drive and keep the heater on me, I'd put some chains on this thing and let's go. As long as I don't have to get out, I'm fine. It's only when I have to get out in that cold ass shit.
You're gonna have to pay somebody to put them chains on then.
Yeah, well, I'll hire my tech guy.
Do you think I know how to put chains on a car? Because just to be, you can teach me.
You here, and then when we get to the snow, I'll say, you remember how to do that? Get out and do that.
Well, that's fair enough.
It's no fun.
That's fair enough. But I was about to say, we don't get snow, so how would I know how to do that?
I get mail from people all over up north, and man, they're telling me the temperatures and everything. Shit, are you kidding me?
Well, I tell you how to do it, but you gotta. Not many people know this trick. You got to use a chain board.
A chain board.
It's like a long 2x4.
Is that like a water
or
board?
2x6. and you put little pieces of wood across it, and you stretch your chains on it in front of your back tire, and then you pull up on it, and then just wrap your chains around.
Just like that, and then there you go, lickety split down
and then
the road.
Lock them and put your chain adjusters on.
Something tells me it's not that easy. Something tells me there's busted fingers involved and all that kind
just
of
a
stuff.
handful of practice time, you know.
Sand and sea, that's me.
You need to carry a good set of gloves with you.
You know how to get the truck out of the sand?
Hands get really cold.
There you go. See, it's easier to dig in sand, I'm telling you. It's easier. I'm telling you, I've been stuck in a four-wheel drive. It's, that's when they say when I got my first four-wheel drive, I'm going to head down the beach. I got a four-wheel drive. Yeah, well, I guarantee you one thing, when you stick a four-wheel drive, you done stuck something. It ain't coming out easy, baby. You might as well get the shovel out and several buddies with more trucks to get your ass out of there. But anyway, shit.
Well, out here we got a saying: never go four-wheeling by yourself.
Yeah. Well, that's good advice. Down here, there's we got Padre Island out here, and Lord, you can get on the beach and drive a good, oh Lord, over 100 miles down that beach, I reckon. Well, you get to the land cut, I know that's over 80 miles or somewhere around 80-mile mark.
Yeah.
So, you know, as long as you go when the tide's down, you know, when the low tide, where you can drive on that hard sand. Because if you get up there in that loose stuff, let's just see how good a driver you are. It's one of them kind of things.
So you're not doing YouTube tonight, Travis?
We should be.
Yeah, we should be live on all of them. We should be live on YouTube, Facebook, and whatever Twitter's Periscope or whatever it is.
But I appreciate you looking, because now I'm going to look. Make sure.
Well, we got technical difficulties all over.
Yeah, because I'm noticing
I'm only getting comments from Facebook. Comments. It looks like.
Let me check this out.
Hey, Colleen, how you doing? Andy's listening. Andy's out there too. You buy your ticket, neighbor, in case of beer to come do it for you. That's right. That's right. You get your neighbor, give him a beer, and they'll come get you out.
Huh, that's interesting. It's showing that it's trying to send data to YouTube, but it's not making it to YouTube. Why would that be?
What's up with that, tech guy?
Well, this is new to me, so
thought you had this all figured out.
Yeah, I was supposed to. I've been bamboozled or some shit. So I'm gonna go mute for a minute while I figure this out.
All right.
So
we'll carry the load for you. Don't worry.
Yeah, good. Thanks. I need all the help I can get.
Yeah. Well, y'all feeling safe? Y'all feeling safe with the general charge over in Europe? Over in our NATO forces over in Europe, coming out and saying that we are lacking in a deterrent to Russian aggression in that area. Doesn't that make you feel good? Huh? Yeah, he's saying he doesn't have the resources and stuff that, with Donnie.
Why don't we just build a fucking wall in Poland?
Yeah, we could do that. A wall seems to be the answer for everything. Donna says she's going to go to a warmer climate in a couple of years. Baby, don't wait too long. Don't wait too long. Anyway, yeah, that's what I was referencing. Do you feel safe, you know? Here lately, what's been on my mind lately is if you look at the big picture of things that are happening, and we already know Donnie's all wrapped up in Russian shit. Under every rock you look under, every associate, every campaign manager, everybody in his thing's got Russians tied up with it. And then you start hearing things like our forces don't feel like they're ready in Europe and whatnot. It just, it ties in with, Russians down there landing in Venezuela with Russian bombers. There's just too much shit especially with Putin puffing up, talking about, he's ready for another Cuban Missile Crisis. I swear, I don't, is this part of the script?
I think they want a war, John. I think that's what they're going for. Like, John Bolton's a big war hawk.
You know he is. I don't like thinking that shit, though. But,
I don't like thinking it either, but
they ain't a single, nobody in this country knows what the hell Putin and Donnie Boy talked about. So there's no record of anything that was said in those meetings. What's the deal? Why are we?
But the interpreter is going to get a subpoena.
Yeah, they're going to subpoena his ass, but he ain't got his notes because Donnie took his notes. The writing.
It's a gal
thing. Oh, it's a woman. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So it's her memory, what they talked about. I'm sure she can remember generalities, if not the exact words. They ought to, you'd think we would have had a way to record that, a conversation or, keep notes, all that shit that we normally do. But Donnie don't want that. Is this mic a whole lot more sensitive now?
It's the same as before.
Is it?
Yeah, or at least it should be. Still trying to figure this out, by the way. That's kind of weird because on YouTube, if I go to YouTube, it shows we're live. If I go to Restream, it's showing we're not. and there's absolutely no one in the chat, so that tells me no one's seeing our
Nobody's
live
seeing
stream.
it
So
on
I'm trying to
YouTube.
figure out if it's unlisted or private or
Well,
some
that's
reason.
just bullshit.
Anyway, please continue.
well,
To pay no attention.
now I'm worried about people on YouTube. I told them I was going to be there.
We'll figure this out.
Should we restart?
Well, I'm on
We
the
can,
subscription page. I keep refreshing it all the time, and I'm getting nothing.
Getting nothing on.
I appreciate you fighting that, Sparky.
Boy, howdy.
QC will call him.
Yeah.
Quality control.
Quality control, baby. Everybody needs something like that.
Yep.
So, anyway, that bothers me. That's up my head now that we're not streaming.
Pay no mind. We got plenty of lovely people. Let's see, how many people do we got? We have 66
Joy
people
Peters.
watching.
We have
tonight.
Colleen Collins, Donna Bonacosi, John Heron. I keep hearing myself breathe. That's what's bothering me.
You got to back off the mic until you're
I'm
ready to
away
talk
from
a
the
little
mic.
bit.
That's like I say. Is this thing more? I don't want to sound like Donnie out there every time he takes a.
Oh my God, my ears when you did that.
I'm sorry. You got to tell me if you tweak these things, because before you was telling me to put my mouth right up there on the
Well,
technical difficulties, baby. It ain't my fault. It's the tech guy.
Totally. Well, this one's out of my hands. As
Well,
far
since-
as your
since
mic
we're on-
sensitivity, that's you.
Since we're on Facebook, and I know we're live on Facebook, I want to bring that up real quick because I thought, well, that's just something we ought to do because we're talking to the family. So I ought to wish happy birthday to Dineen Dijon, Charles Bullard, Julie Santa Cruz, Troy West, and Brenda Shoemaker. They're all having a birthday today. So if you're watching, happy birthday, baby. Hope you're having a great day. You know how it shows up on your Facebook?
Yeah, you must get a lot of
I
updates.
get a lot of them. We have over 5,000 friends. So it's always hard to, I get a lot of friend requests. It's hard to get them in there because, Facebook only lets you have.
I found the problem.
Oh, what'd you find?
Somehow, our
Yeah,
defaults- somebody switched
Gremlins.
Yeah, Republican gremlins.
Yeah.
This should be fixed. I guarantee you our viewer count's going to go up now. So we should be going live on YouTube
Let
now.
Sparky tell us if
Yeah.
if we're live.
Just also watch the viewer count.
Yeah, I got it here, John.
All right, baby. We are on YouTube now, and for those just joining us, we're sorry we had technical difficulties and didn't have the feed going into YouTube.
I'm going to have to look into why that happened. That's weird.
Yeah, that's weird. We ain't never seen that. Now, especially when I tell everybody we're going live on everything. I want to be live on everything. Hey, Val Wood, how you doing, darling? Happy Mardi Gras. Carrie Weimhamer's here, too. Carrie does a sports show on, I can't remember where. I know he's on Facebook and YouTube and all that stuff. But happy birthday, Tamara says so. Tamara's one of the Blue Dot sisters. Her and Connie. That's a pair. They're the Blue Dot sisters. Ooh, shit. Hey, this thing's a lot more sensitive, I guarantee you, because before you was... I'm just saying.
Yeah, well, the thing is, though, look how far away you are from the mic, so I have to turn up the sensitivity for people to hear you.
Well,
See how close I am?
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that's the way you was telling... Listen to it.
Yeah.
That's the way you was telling me before on the last show. You said, get your mouth up there near it. Now you done put this thing on there. And
Well, yeah, you can still put your
that's
mouth
all right.
near
I
it.
can hear everything. How's the weather up in Cincinnati, Joe?
It's cold, John.
Is it?
It is bitterly cold. It's like 19 degrees today.
No. Can't. You see,
Yeah.
I'd rather
Yeah.
dig myself out of the sand than dig myself out of the snow. I really
I
would.
tell you what, yeah, I agree with you. When it gets this cold, I agree with you. Although I can't take that Texas heat, man. I was in Austin September a couple years back, and man, 105 or something like that. And
Yeah. If you don't
you can only take so many clothes off, you know.
yeah. Well, I'm proud, so I'd take them all off. No, I don't. Nobody wants to see this shit no more. I guarantee you. No, I that's what I've always said though. I can take more clothes off than I can put on. So, and I got water to jump in and all that stuff. I get too hot, but not that I don't like to go visit. I really do. I love to take my kids when we finally went to go see snow. It was an event, and when it snowed down here, it was holy shit. There might be a God. It was Christmas Day. How can you not think? Are you shitting me? Hasn't snowed down here in forever, and the day it snows is Christmas Day.
For sure. That was so weird.
Makes you go, oh shit.
Alrighty. Really quick, we welcome anybody watching over at YouTube. Sorry for that technical glitch. Somehow we were not broadcasting on YouTube. So now we're completely live.
Yeah, we're sorry y'all missed the show, and I hope you tune in next time. So y'all take care, and we'll see y'all later. You didn't miss much. We have Joe Riddle from the New News on with us, and Sparky Dunk out in California. He's the mastermind over on Bob Kincaid's show with us. So in case you're just joining us, that's and we might have others calling in this evening. So anybody that pops by, we'll talk to. But what's Bob doing, Sparky? He got a show tonight. I think Agnes. He had to take Agnes to the doctor or something, didn't he? You there, Sparky? Uh-oh. We lost.
Sorry.
No.
Sorry.
Okay. That's all right.
I got too many irons in the fire here.
Has Bob got a show tonight?
He was live, but he's offline on Skype now.
Oh, well, if he wants to join us, then he can join us anytime. I saw a posting that he had to take Agnes to the doctor or something, so I was concerned about her.
Yeah, well, everything's fine.
Good.
Everything's good.
Good. Got to take care of Mama. You don't take care of Mama, there ain't no
Yeah,
sense
I took Mama to the doctor today, too.
Did you?
Yeah.
What's wrong with yours?
No checkup.
Oh, well, that's good. That's good. I just had a doctor's appointment, but now I have to make my wife one because she had one at the same time I didn't, but she had to reschedule, so I got to call and get her in, and just for a checkup and everything, make sure we're all right. I had my blood work done, so I guess they ain't calling me to say, hey, you're dying, so I guess that's all right.
It's always a plus not to be dying.
I gotta go back in May for my 6-month checkup and blood work.
That ain't fun.
No, well,
you could just always not show up,
I don't have a problem. I don't have a problem with the blood thing.
It's
no,
not hard
shit.
to
Are you
get
getting
blood.
No, hell no. Are you kidding? I got pipes down there. They can see my veins.
Oh yeah, well no. I was just saying. You can just skip. You can play hooky. If you really.
No, I believe
no one likes going to the doctor.
All my life, just about as far back as I know when I joined the Navy, and that was in '71. I've donated blood because I don't know, just stuck in my head that if you get rid of blood, well, your body's got to make new blood, and if you get new blood, well, shit, that's better than the old blood that you just got rid of. So hey.
And the cycle continues.
Yes, the cycle continues, and now my veins stick out there. It's like, yeah, you can hit that spot real good.
So since we got the chat build up and we got people talking, I figure we can start off tonight here. So now we got this big long list.
Oh yeah, we got 81.
We got 81.
81
people.
81 people or entities.
Entities,
businesses,
Yeah. So what I wanted to ask the panel,
Cambridge Analytical, shit like that.
Yeah. So what I wanted to do was ask the panel and the chat, so you guys get in on this too. Is
it's a test?
No, it's not a test.
It's a test. We're gonna see your answers down here, so y'all better.
Yeah. Oh wait, what is this?
What was that?
Is this?
I see Jenny popped up.
We got. Hang on a second.
What does that mean? I know it means something.
Mitch, I couldn't read it because hang on, I got to refresh this thing. But someone pledged $5 to Patreon.
Outstanding.
I think it was someone named Mitch.
That's me.
Oh wait, we got Mitch in the chat.
Mitch, did you just do that?
Yes, I'm afraid so.
Well, we sure appreciate it, buddy. Where are you at, Mitch?
Greensburg, PA.
Oh, up in Pennsylvania. Ooh, it's cold up there.
Yes, Western Pennsylvania, which we call the Alabama of the Northeast.
The Alabama of the Northeast. Oh no, are you a blue dot in a red area?
I'm a blue dot in a red. I'm a little blue dot in a big red area next to a big blue dot in a big red area.
There
Pittsburgh is pretty blue.
Yeah.
We live in the eastern suburbs, which is not very much like Pittsburgh.
It's probably like Texas. The cities are blue. You know, and the countryside tends to lean red.
Which we blue people say civilization is blue.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
We just need to educate the rest of the country. That's why they need free education. If that's what it takes, get them in there. They need to be educated because look who they voted for this last time. Well, Bub, we really appreciate that. Our Patreon members, as a matter of fact, I just bragged on them. We are now not having to worry about our Wi-Fi.
Because of you lovely people who donate and are on Patreon.
I mean to tell you,
y'all are helping our show get a little bit better. Does this help internet speed? We'll see, but it gives us a more stable connection, so hopefully we won't be dropping out as much. So
it should.
Yeah, it should on that cable. You know, I noticed everything back.
That's called a Cat 5 cable, probably.
Yeah, it is. You're right.
So
you're right.
So I sound prettier and I look prettier.
Yeah, and it's thanks to you guys.
Yes. So yeah, we can't thank our Patreon members and those that donate enough. It always seems to come through and help out.
So,
and at first,
you don't want too much resolution, though.
Huh? Too much resolution?
I said you don't want too much resolution. You'll just get all the fine details.
Yeah, no, don't want to see that in my face.
Oh, that's the next upgrade. We want to upgrade these cameras really quick.
Yeah.
That's my next goal.
Travis has a camera that he says would be suitable, but I guess we have to get a capture card.
Well, basically I've been doing video for years, so I got cameras out the wazoo, but I just need the equipment to be able to live stream them to the computer. So that's some of the next equipment
the next thing we're hitting for
we're aiming for.
Is whatever he said. That capture card.
Whatever.
Said gamers use it a lot, so that's
Anyway, we should get back on track here. So list of 80. Let's see what the chat and panel has to say about this tonight. Like, do you think with this list of 80 people or 81, whatever it is, do we finally have enough to really start convincing people that, obviously when these investigations start rolling out and evidence starts coming in, and Ruben Michaels just donated $20 through Super Chat. Thank you so much.
Kidding me, buddy? Thank you very much, Bub.
Man, we're trying to talk
that very much.
Trying to talk politics, and people are too nice tonight. Damn it!
I don't talk politics. I talk politics 3 days a week. How y'all like my set, baby? By the way, I hope y'all took notice of that. We have switched things around here. We put a shelf up here because I wanted to try to get more of the gifts and the knickknacks that people have sent because I appreciate it so much. That's how come we're going to want to put a camera with a wider shot. Because of the artwork I have received, and we want to frame it up and put it on the wall so people can see it, and I'm just so proud of it. But anyway, Randy Peterson, are you paying attention? Because Travis asked you a question. We're waiting on your answer, buddy. Not putting you on under pressure or anything. But we're all watching the comments now, Randy, to see what you're going to comment about.
Yeah. Anyway, so no, that just seemed like the biggest topic of conversation other than you already mentioned the thing about the general talking about how we're not well equipped in Europe to handle Russia's threat.
The White House is already kicking back on saying, no, we're not going to do it. We can't do that executive privilege and all that kind of bullshit. That's what you're going to get out of the White House. He's going to delay that crap as much as he can. But they cast a wide net, baby, and they're going after a lot of shit.
Yeah, and some of these people's names you never even heard of before.
Yeah, I haven't. I looked down the list. I started jotting down.
I got the list up on a CNN link. It gives you information on each one of them.
Yeah.
Number 81 is Tony Fabrizio.
Tony Fabrizio. Is that the guy that invented Febreze or something? No.
No, he's a Republican pollster that gave Manafort that track.
That Manafort quickly turned over to the Russians.
Yes.
Yes, that guy. All of this is going to come out.
So they want to know what's in that information, I'm sure.
Yes.
I'll tell you.
All of this is going to come out. Yes. Yes.
Somebody's
that was some feedback.
Oh, that was me.
No, that was not you.
Oh.
I'm controlling our sound. No, I was trying to add.
Watch.
Oh man, I'm sorry. I believe this isn't his first name. I'll call him Mr. Robertson because he's also one of our Patreons. We were trying to add him in.
Mr. Robinson?
David.
Oh,
Robertson.
David
Yeah.
David is out on the West Coast. David is up in.
I couldn't remember if that was
Washington, is that
his
right,
actual first name. Hang on, I'm going to try to add him back to the call
Oh, I'm
because I
sorry.
had to mute him for the feedback.
It's not
But
my
anyway,
fault, David.
no, it's definitely not. your fault. Anyway, continue the conversation while I try to fix this.
Well, that's what we was doing until you rudely interrupted.
Yeah, people need to remember if they come into the Skype group, they have to mute their YouTube and Facebook.
Yes.
Don't be watching YouTube and Facebook and then try to call because we'll hear you in the background and it messes it all up.
Because it lags.
But we're tickled to death that you're watching. How many we got watching right now? We got
like 96.
96 people, baby. That's pretty good. I'm tickled to death with that. Who did that?
Dude, did you check out that article in the Washington Post?
About what?
The one I just sent you to your Facebook Messenger.
Oh.
Hang on. I can pull that up while you.
When I just sent.
I can pull that up.
Okay,
for you.
pull that up. Gotta hand it off to my tech guy. He can do it faster than I can. No, I was watching a little bit of the news today. I know I was caught up with the Jared Kushner and the Ivanka bullshit with the security clearance crap.
That's what I find interesting about this this list of 81 is that
Yeah, she's
Ivanka
she's not there.
that list. I'm
How
real curious.
convenient that is. Yeah, Eric's on there. Donnie Jr.'s on there. But Ivanka is conveniently left off, and purposely so, I'm sure. You know, that's Daddy's little girl. You know, when she gets called up, he's gonna hit the roof. He don't give a shit about Don Jr. and Eric. He barely knows them two. That's what he'll say later on.
They're just coffee boys.
Well, Eric Trump's has got advice to take the Fifth Amendment if he gets subpoenaed. Don't give him anything.
I figured he'd just claim bubblegum. I was chewing bubblegum, so I don't know what happened. That's his excuse. I don't know. No, he's not stupid. He's involved in this shit in the company, in the Trump organization, and that's, you know, that's where the Southern District of New York is going to come in. Excuse me. I had a cough there. You know, the criminal charges, you know, I just read, it said, damn it, I wrote it down. 64% of Americans believe that Donnie was committed crimes before he became president. So 64% of America thinks Donnie was a crook before he got here.
Yeah, and it's like 46% afterwards.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's all, yeah. Well, anybody with a brain knows it is afterwards. Oh, shit. I hit something.
You got to remember that thing's
I know,
there.
I know.
That's
I'm sorry.
That's your life source for the stream.
Oh,
there.
yes. Mitch, I've seen this. House Intel panel hires former racketeering and organized crime prosecutor to run Trump probe. Yes, Daniel, I had it written down, Daniel Goldman. And he specialized in Russia crime mob, Russian and Italian mobsters.
Where'd this guy come from, John?
He is, he used to work for the Department of Justice. Or a district attorney, not district, yeah.
Probably the 7th District of New York.
I don't know exactly
Correct.
where. But that's his history. He worked 10 years, I can't remember.
And he said on MSNBC he worked for them for a while.
Yeah. So that's his specialty, is crime, mobster type shit. And that's what they're going to catch Trump up on. You know, he you know, making deals long before he ran for president, before he came down that escalator. He was making deals long before that shit. That's who pulled him out. Russia pulled his ass out. You know.
I lived in Philly back in the late 80s, early 90s. He was in the news then, like just about as much as he is now because of shady dealings and the casino issues, the whole 9 yards. He's a shitbag.
Yeah, everywhere you look in his history, And that's what just kills you. But it plays right into that question of what the hell is the Republican Party doing, because that shit wouldn't have stood before. All those things that he is, the Republican Party wouldn't have allowed that into their party. They wouldn't have put something like that on the stage. Ronald Reagan's rolling over in his grave several times. They think it's an earthquake out there. Shit, are you shitting me? This guy's a scumbag, and he's always been that way. That's what kills you, is anybody that's seen this idiot. There's not a single thing that he's ever done that wasn't a scam one way or the other. Every business he went into went bankrupt. That's his business, though. He's there to steal the money. Once it goes bankrupt, he's got his money, hidden away or whatever he had. He lets somebody else pay the bill.
That's what keyed me off about him is that, like if you look at the list of his businesses that went belly up, you got Trump Steaks, you got Trump Vodka, and then the several casinos that he owned. Now,
Trump
in the United
University.
States of America, you can't make money selling red meat and liquor and gambling.
Really? What kind of businessman is that shit?
Yeah. There's something going on there.
Yeah.
There's some kind of scam.
Las Vegas wouldn't be there if it was that hard. And what's the old saying? The house always wins. They say I'm sorry.
He's got one of the only hotels in Vegas that doesn't have a gaming license because
he's a crook.
Right.
He's the only hotel in Vegas without a gaming license right now.
Is that right? I did not know that little tidbit, but it just tickles me to shit.
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
It's another thing. It's just one more little chip. He's a scumbag. He's a con man, a liar, a thief, everything that you can call him. That's what he is. And it
Tell us how you feel, John.
Yeah, well, it pisses them Republicans. Well, you're just bad-mouthing our president. No, I'm telling you the truth. Turn Fox off and turn something else on. Because I don't know how to get through to him. Every day it's like, because we know people. We know people. Good people that
subscribe to his bullshit.
Yes. Yes, and it pains me because I know that they know better. Some of them are claimed to be Christians and have been for 40 years. Been telling me you're a Christian. Okay, then what are you doing backing this asshole? That's not whether it be his business or his morals. He sucks. As a human being, he sucks.
Absolutely.
He lusts after his daughter.
I was in National Harbor this weekend when Trump was there, and that whole flag hugging thing. Just absolutely sickens me.
A disgrace.
That's the first time.
Desecration.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes, get your
I think it
pecker
was
off my
Stephen
flag.
Colbert. Stephen Colbert made some mention about it's the first time a flag wanted to set itself on fire.
No shit. No shit. Save me.
True.
Save me.
I saw a comic the other day, and it was Trump walking away from the flag, and the flag had a bubble that said #Me Too.
Me too.
Me
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
I don't blame it. By the way, really quick, let's welcome Dennis in the chat. I am so glad to hear you're doing better, buddy.
Well, Dennis Valadez.
How's it going, guys?
We're doing fine. How are you?
Dude, man, he didn't even just hug it. He
back to the
danced
living.
with it for like 2 minutes.
Oh, no, he's a pervert. What do you want? That's how come he always wears that red tie, and that's how come it's long, so it points right down at his itty bitty tiny mushroom pecker. It's I've said that ever since he came around. That's what he does. Wears that long tie just so you can. I don't know. He's got visions of grand. I don't know. I don't want to go there. That's sick. He's that kind of asshole.
Yeah, please, you got children in the room,
No
a.k.a.
shit.
me. Damn it.
Got my child in the room. I don't
There's a meme on YouTube of the flag,
yeah.
and it's got a little cartoon face on it, and it's yelling. He's hugging and he's yelling out, "Will somebody get this asshole off me?"
But they loved it up at CPAC. That's what. If you listen to those people just clapping and cheering and shit, are you shitting me?
That's
are you
what
that
Trump
stupid?
pansies do.
That's what they do. They're just so involved in. They don't care what he says. They don't care if he lies. They don't give a shit about nothing. It's all about we love him because he said, for one thing, he said bullshit. Right there in front of the crowd, he said bullshit. They just loved it. Just loved it.
That's
Margaret. I say that word sometimes too.
All the rallies.
That's the dangerous part about that. That's going to be his new chant. You're exactly right, Sparky. Like that's he just that's what these rallies are for. He's priming his basic idiots for the next thing. You know, the next simple solution to very complex problems. Like when all this information starts coming out from these 81 people that are going to be interviewed and handing over documents, and there's some real credible evidence. Then every one of these chimpanzees will just go, "Oh, it's bullshit.
Yeah, it's bullshit. That's just shit the deep state's making up. The secret society came up with that shit."
I guess that was
QAnon.
I guess that was bullshit when Cohen came up with that $70,000 check.
Yeah. But you notice none of them Republicans were interested in that part. No, hell no. They're all interested in, well, you're a liar, and it just killed me. They lost every bit of respect. First 2 years, they let so much get by, and the only thing they were interested in was a big tax cut, baby. And now whatever all this shit today, I saw him talking about, oh, they're wasting time on this when we could be doing infrastructure. Yeah, why didn't you do infrastructure?
Bullshit.
Back when you had the
2 years.
House and the Senate. You didn't do none of that shit. You had one thing in mind, baby, and that was the tax cut for the rich. Got that done.
Supreme Court.
Infrastructure weeks don't count.
Yeah.
His infrastructure was the wall.
Yeah, that's the infrastructure he wanted.
That's the infrastructure.
And screw the military. We're going to take the money from them. How about that shit, Republicans? We support the troops and all that stuff. How about that crap?
We haven't seen much on the wall since Vietnam.
No.
Since he was there.
No.
He has too many other fish to fry.
Jeez, I mean, now you see the report coming out that North Korea's putting a new missile, launch site out there.
They're rebuilding an old one.
Is that what it is? They're rebuilding the old one.
So in other words, that chat went really well, right?
Yeah, great thing. It's shit. You shouldn't.
We got played.
Yes,
we got played.
We get played everywhere we go. He goes around to our allies acting like he's the king of the world, and if y'all don't get your shit in line, I won't do nothing for you. And then goes in front of these dictators and assholes and humbles himself down like, that's who his people are. That's who his mentor is Kim Jong-un and Putin.
That's why I'm real curious as to why Ivanka didn't make this list, because she had to sit down with Angela Merkel.
Yes.
And they put her out there as if she's somebody that knows something about any type of international politics. I've seen pictures of her with, I think it's Putin's wife or Putin's girlfriend, or
Some shit. I don't think she's part of it.
Say that again.
Well.
I really don't think she's part of it. I think
Ivanka is just like Jared. That's Daddy's little girl. She grew up rich.
I'll tell you what I heard.
What?
Everybody on that list was cleared through Mueller's investigation. If they didn't clear it, you ain't on that list. So, see the two that are not missing are
What's that?
Ivanka and Jared.
If you're the target, they don't notify you. Is that right? Who knows?
Jared's on the list. The list I got in front of me's got Jared.
Jared is on the list. Jared is on the list.
Oh, he is?
Yeah. So is Don Jr. and Eric and shit.
Yeah.
Jeff Sessions is on the list. Along with the Manafort, Flynn, Stone. Alan Weisselberg.
On the list.
I like that one. Alan Weisselberg. That's the CFO of Trump Organization. He's the guy that knows where all the money went and where it came from.
Well, think of this. Mueller might said, no, he ain't putting Ivanka on that list because I might indict her or something.
That's exactly what I'm
thinking. That would drive Donnie over the cliff.
That's what I'm thinking. And we have to remember this, people. We have impeachment. Everybody keeps on, we need to impeach him. We have that in our pocket. We could pull it out tomorrow. There's enough bullshit to nab him for an impeachment just for the lies he's taken. But we can't. That's not going to do it. That the Republicans would just come out with more of this presidential harassment bullshit, and we need to let this play out. All these hearings play out. We get more facts. and keep forcing those Republicans in the Senate to defend him, which I understand there's starting to be a crack in there.
Dude, it's the first inning.
Yeah.
Right.
This is a long game, baby. We got a ways to go. There's a lot that's going to come out. I'm just like a giddy schoolgirl. I'm just waiting for this shit. Give me something I can just really crank out on. I need a rant come out of me.
Well, we have congressional testimony tomorrow, so tomorrow night should be a good crank night.
What do we got tomorrow? Who's
It's behind closed doors.
Oh
though.
yeah, Cohen again. Yeah, he's gonna be behind closed doors. We'll get little.
That's Cohen again, right?
Yeah, Cohen.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll be behind closed doors again. They're gonna pick his bones dry. Everything they can get out of him.
I thought they were talking to Felix Sater too.
He's on the 14th.
On the 14th.
14th of March. He's gonna.
Yeah, this shit's just gonna keep on marching right. Marching forward, no matter how much he screams and hollers and belly aches, and he's going to do plenty of that. But you can already see it with the today his response to the request to the White House for the information. They said, "Kiss off. We ain't giving it to you." They're going to fight.
And they won't.
The way. No, they won't. They're which all this plays right into Donnie's hand of prolong and delay everything he can until 2020, so he can run again. And because he thinks he can drill his well deep enough. See, that's the thing that he's counting on. That you hear all the time that he is not trying to widen his base. He never talks well of the Democrats at all, or anybody else. The only one he talks to is his minions, his little cockroaches, his deplorable assholes down there. But that's who he's drilling for, those people. He's not drilling for moderate Republicans or those with a brain. He's drilling for that fanatic down there that he can count on being at the polls, baby. So
he was back to it again just 4 hours ago. I got his Twitter feed right here. He's got crooked Hillary Clinton confirms she will not run in 2020. Rules out a third bid for the White House. Aw shucks, does that mean I won't get to run against her again? She will be sorely missed.
What a dick.
Like, in the middle of all this, you got 81 people directly related to him that are asking for information from, and he's right back to going after
crooked Hillary.
It's funny though. Did you see Hillary's response?
Oh, I haven't.
Oh God, it was so good. I don't know the movie because it's one of those from the mid 2000s or whatever. But
back in the old days, yeah.
No, it's part of those teen humor movies that I never got into. Anyway. It was a picture of this blonde girl, and there was no other caption except, "Why are you so obsessed with me?"
That's it, baby.
And that was it. And I'm just like,
he is.
That was great.
He just did it at CPAC the other day. They were chanting, lock her up.
It's like she ain't a factor in this anymore.
At CPAC, he went down the whole routine. He pulled up everything from 2016.
Yeah.
He was
can't get over it.
No, he pats himself on the back, and that's how, he rests on his laurels, baby. He ain't going to make no progress with nothing else.
The only thing that's going to matter, John, the only thing that's going to matter is the ballot box in 8 or 20 months.
That is where it's at. Maria Hughes, I just wanted to give a shout out because she just said that over in Scotland, we call him a ball bag. And if y'all remember, I have a shirt that says Trump is a ball bag, and I get people that ask me, what does that mean? Well, take a guess. Can't you give a good,
No, wait. Oh, okay. Wait, really quick. What does it mean?
A ball bag?
Yeah.
Just what you think it was, ball sack.
Okay. No, that was a test. You passed.
Oh, okay. There you go. My son giving me a test on bad ball bag.
Scrotum.
Scrotum. Is that how you pronounce it in Russian? That's what Putin says. I have you by the scrotum.
Where's this conversation going?
And he does, too. So
shit.
So does Osama bin whatever, slice and dice over there.
Yeah.
His
Back
little
in your
quote
day,
on
they would call it a
Kushner.
coin purse, right?
He's the one that made the
Guys,
comment.
we're the conversation is degenerating to locker room talk here. What's going
we ain't
on?
We ain't down to shiny hiney, so I'm a step up there, buddy. We ain't gone that deep yet, but we will eventually. Shit. What was I saying? I don't know. I forgot where I was.
Isn't that a country song?
What?
What was I thinking?
What was I thinking?
No, that's right. What was I thinking? No, what was I saying?
What was I thinking?
What was I thinking?
Yeah. Oh, there is a song about that. Anyway, I was looking over there. I can't hardly. I really do have to go get my glasses. I have to get a new prescription because I can't see close and I can't see far away either. Things are getting mighty blurry nowadays. This shit gets old after a while. Are you gonna make it bigger?
I'm gonna try.
Oh, look, you're a crippled old man. You can't see shit. We'll make it letters. There you go. I can read that.
Can you read that?
Yeah, okay. I can see that. There you go. See, fix that shit. That's why we got to.
I didn't know it can do that, so that helps me too. I probably don't need to wear these glasses anymore.
We got up in Pennsylvania, Mitch. I was thinking we have Rick Santorum is a guy that.
Oh yeah, it was really fun. The first time we voted in PA, we voted against Rick Santorum. It was one of the most pleasurable things. Although our current senator is not the best by far, especially he's kind of towards the right of center in the Democratic Party. He's kind of quiet, so he's kind of harmless. It would be nice if we had a Green New Deal senator here in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. I'd be all for that.
Well, yeah.
Mary Hughes just donated £2. I believe that's pounds.
£2,
is that, or is that euros? I'm pretty sure that's pounds.
Yeah, £2 of money. She put it in a bag in there. You know, darling, we appreciate that. I love that getting it from England. We have
to double take. Like, wait, what's that symbol?
We have blue dots.
I believe she's from Scotland.
Is she from Scotland? We Claire Dines, I know, is from Scotland. She's over there, one of our blue dots. She sent us stuff before. I'm tickled to death that this goes worldwide. But getting back to your statement on the middle of the road Republicans, you know what's in the middle of the road? Yeah, yep. Lord. You don't have to point them out here. We drive by them all the time. Oh, Lord, what was that?
Yeah, but it was rain and we didn't have the window open. They've been there for a while.
You take that same scent and put it in a bag and put it in a dispensary that says pot, and you'd have people going, oh, I want that one. Shit.
I like the fruity stuff.
The fruity stuff? We don't have anything like that down here. I do understand that Texas is putting it on it's up in the House, the Texas House, that they're going to try to decriminalize it.
Bullshit.
It's a shame you're on the other side of Texas from Oklahoma.
Yes. Oklahoma's got the shit. Are you shitting me? Oklahoma. And nothing down here. Nothing. You know why, though? I always tell people why. We're going to be the last ones because look at our border. You know, we got the biggest border. We need the biggest money for the drug war. You know, we got to keep the drugs out at our borders and stuff. So we get most of the drug war money down here. That's why it is. It's politics, baby. You know. A wall will fix all that, though, I understand. You know.
But don't you also kind of identify as a Louisianan?
I am. I do have Cajun blood. My dad was born and raised in New Orleans. I was raised around New Orleans. Of course, being a Navy brat, we moved around a lot. But in my later teens, I ended up in New Orleans and then moved over to Slidell, Louisiana. So, yeah, I got a little Cajun in me. But see, like a lot of other Cajuns come down here and meet a little Texas girl, and then you never go back home again. You stay. And that's what happened to me. I met Mama down here in 1976, and I ain't left yet, except to go on vacation. I drag her with me.
We went around the country for a little bit there, and we still ended up back and never left.
Yeah.
We could have probably ended up anywhere.
Yeah.
But
oh no!
We came back
even
here.
Before we had kids, I made sure I took my wife to Mardi Gras, and stuff. In New Orleans, when the World's Fair was there, we went and had a great time. I love Louisiana, man. I love the cooking. Now, if they could just get rid of John Kennedy, I'd just be a lot happier. That guy's just pissing me off. He's a senator over there in Louisiana.
John Kennedy?
Yeah, I think it's John. It's Kennedy.
Okay, I was
it's
like
Kennedy.
Yep.
John.
He's
Kennedy?
a different Kennedy.
Yeah,
it's not that John Kennedy. No.
That's
no
new to me. I haven't heard about this guy.
No, he's the guy that asked, and this tells you everything about him. with all the humbug going on around the Kavanaugh hearing, he was the one that sat up there and he said, when it was his turn to ask Kavanaugh questions, he said, "Look me in the eye." He said, "Do you believe in God?" And Kavanaugh said, "Yes, I do." "Did you do the things they said you did?" "No." "Well, that's good enough for me." That's it. That's it. That's a senator of the United States up there questioning this guy to be a Supreme Court judge, and that's the way he, "Well, look me in the eye here. Oh, okay, you believe in God? Well, that's a good enough for me. Then you just get right on in there." Are you shitting
That
me?
seems to be the way we do things now, though, you know? I mean, you believe Kim Jong-un, you believe Putin, like, just as long as they say it's all good, then we just turn our head the other way.
Cunningham's in there.
David just donated $20. Man. And he writes, "Love the blue dots. Thank you so much, David. We really appreciate it."
Appreciate that, buddy. I'm telling you.
You are welcome, sir.
This.
Oh, it's this David.
Oh, we're on it. So you got to tell me when we get in there.
Well, I'm not getting alerts when people are coming in.
Thank you, David. We greatly appreciate it.
You're welcome, sir.
You're
welcome.
Just really, it'll go a long way, I'm telling you. He wants to get that capture card to get that.
Yeah, we're going to get camera gear probably pretty quick.
Travis does have great cameras, but they're not cameras that you hook up to a computer for live stuff. He does video and stuff, and then he manipulates and puts his special effects. He's good at that shit.
Yeah, hopefully we're going to do more of that. Hopefully.
We could have this place on fire right now. He did that one time for one of my videos down in the shop when I was talking about Donnie. I was referencing
it was like a reference of smoke.
Yeah, where there's smoke, there's fire, and all of a sudden there's smoke all over the shop, and next thing you know, poof, there's the flame. Some lady wrote me, "John," and said,
"If ain't come on in."
But shit. Anyway, Kennedy went to Russia. Yes, Randy Kervin just pointed out that Kennedy was one of them that went to Russia last July 4th. You know, same way Lindsey Graham, they come back a changed person. Russia's just fine. Let's be buddy-buddy with them. And now we got our general saying that we have to be concerned that we're not ready in Eastern Europe, where Putin would be the first place he'd try to puff up at. That's bullshit. You know, do you feel safe with this man in office? No. No, I don't. And I won't be feeling safe.
What's sad, John, is I was stationed in Germany in the early 70s, and that was our primary mission, was to keep the Russians from rolling into Western Europe, and now we're in bed with them, so.
Yeah, now he's acting like it don't matter. You know, that's what I'm saying. What the hell went on in those 6 meetings that we don't know shit about, you know, and when you see shit like this happening, you know, any other president, any other time, we would be concerned with this. If Putin came out saying, "We're ready for another missile crisis," well, that would concern a normal president. Those words are very provocative. What are you saying? Now he's already out there talking about, "Oh, we have a missile now. We can shoot up your ass and you can't do nothing about it." You know, this is, it's getting testy. It's getting testy, and he's not doing a damn thing about it. Just like he's not doing anything about the election meddling.
I'm waiting for him to wag the dog.
Yes, that's what I'm scared of, baby. He could do that real easy down in Venezuela. He could get us involved real quick.
Yep.
You know, and I do worry about that, because that would take the news off everything else that's going to be happening.
You bet.
You know. Hi, Candy Guidry. How you doing, darling? Candy's our chief admin.
Candy.
Our chief admin over at John Berteville Speaks Blue Dot Family. And if I haven't plugged that enough, y'all go by over there on Facebook on John Berteville Speaks Blue Dot Family. Join the family over there. Follow that page and give Candy all the questions you can throw at her, baby. She's ready for you. We're going to set you up, Candy. They do a fantastic job over there. And I'm so appreciative of that. But anyway, just wanted to call her out. I seen her go by.
Yeah, now we only get to see, like, we got to make it bigger, but now it's like we see 5 messages at a time and they scroll by way too fast.
Way too fast. Yeah,
but that's also a good thing, because that means the chat is super active, and
good.
We appreciate everybody coming in tonight to sit in and chat with us and, like, listen to us ramble about all the things.
Thank you, Linda. I love you too, darling, for saying that. Anyway. I can get distracted by the chat real quick. If I look over there, then I just want to start answering people. I look at the comments after the show, and I go by and try to read all the comments. But it's hard to do that when you're sitting here and you have company on the phone, and that's what we have. Oh, look at there. Are you shitting me?
This guy named Dennis Valadez just donated $10.
I think I seen him on a poster when I went to the post
Glad
office
you're the voice for the people that care about the people over money and power. Keep it going.
Dennis, we appreciate that so much, buddy. We appreciate all those that donate and to keep this going, because it does. If it's not going for the equipment, baby, it's going to the grocery store. So we appreciate it either way it comes. It keeps us fueled up and moving this message forward. And that's what I try to encourage those of you writing comments, both on YouTube and on Facebook and on Twitter, is to reach out. If you see somebody make a comment, maybe they're from Toledo, Ohio, or you used to live there or some shit, reach out and say, hey, I used to, it's that I like to see. Ooh, yes, I know, I've seen that. Somebody I think it was Candy, that just said something about the NRA funneling Russian money.
Either Stephanie Dean.
Was it Stephanie Dean?
No, I just noticed she said hi, Travis.
Hi, Stephanie Dean. How are you, dear? Stay out of the hospital, please.
Yeah. Please don't go back there.
Yeah. Try to stay away from them places. I try to. Shit. Well, crap. Somebody else say something. Joe, where's Joe? Take it away,
I'm
Joe.
Still here, guys.
I see on Twitter that someone is claiming that Trump's solid line story about how he met Melania was made up, was a lie.
Was a lie? He didn't find her in a catalog? That's what I heard.
Mail order, Brian?
Look on page 42, comrade.
DC's out.
Yeah.
DC's out.
She's got her thing going on over there with B-Best and all that shit. All I always say is, I'm sorry, you cannot go find any naked pictures of Michelle Obama anywhere on the internet. I'd just like to throw that out there.
Yeah, Melania recently paid a visit to Seattle, just in the last couple of days, actually.
What's she doing out there?
Oh, who knows? She was out looking at Microsoft and trying to find out how to keep kids off the internet, off the bad sites. But it sounds to me like a parental responsibility.
No shit. Well, Joy Peters, see, she's in Toledo, Ohio. See, I don't know where we got them, but I guess you could say there are blue dots all over this country, baby, and all over this world. I'm telling you, that's what tickles me, is this being able to reach out and see people. It just shows you it's not just on the coast. That's not the only blue out there, baby. There's blue all over this country, and we just got to turn that blue light on and let them shine. Don't let them convince you that every rural area in America is all red. It's not the way it is. And that's our job, to keep that message going, baby. That's what I'm talking about. That's what everybody needs to do, is keep letting it go. Keep the discussion going, keep the information up in your head, and find out what's going on. If you do, you won't vote for this asshole. Period. But
I think it's important that the stories that get told, the narrative that...
I swear, this is an active night. We've never had this happen before.
I'm wondering what happened to Joe. Joe cut out really quick, but let's really quick thank BB, donating $5 through Super Chat. They write, "Hi, John. Keep up the good work."
Out.
Huh?
Wait, what was that?
Out on the stream.
Oh, the video's out?
Hang on. I'm going to double check that.
Let me see what's going on the other side. Yeah, he's on the other side.
Who have we got there? I think we got somebody else's conversation.
Hello?
Are we all here?
Everybody's here.
Hello, Jen
Everybody's
Morgan.
here?
Everybody's here that I know of.
Yeah.
Joe, are you here? Joe?
We might have
You guys
lost
are
Okay, Joe's here.
Yeah, we might have lost the internet
Yeah.
for a second.
We may have.
The audio is real choppy tonight.
It's a backup.
Well, it's not the Wi-Fi system, because we fixed that. The rest is the internet that sits on top of the house, that antenna. So we have trouble sometimes.
So anyway, yeah, Joe, what were you about to say before we lost connection?
They going in and out on video.
Travis?
In and out.
I'm right here. Who are we hearing someone's hot mic right now?
Yeah, I hear somebody talking, but I don't know who it is. I don't recognize the voice.
Yeah, I don't recognize it either. I'm trying to figure out who it is.
And then we're all quiet and he don't say anything. There he is. Who is that? Okay. Well, it might be them pesky Russians. We don't know. No, evidently somebody might be trying to get into the conversation, and we're having
technical
trouble.
difficulties. I'm trying to figure out who that is. Yeah. Skype doesn't do a good job telling me.
I want to give a shout out to Jen Morgan. I see her out there, and Jen helps us with monitoring the chat and everything. So we always want to give a shout out to Jen. We appreciate what she does. So her and Tyler, my other son, he's in there on the other computer.
Jen's on. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to fix this out. Hi, Jen. How's it going? Thanks for tuning in tonight.
And Jeremy Austin just joined. How you doing, Jeremy? Down in Bonnicosi, the Russians are calling. That if you haven't, what is that? What is that phone that Mama has?
Wait, which one?
ZKE or whatever.
Oh, the ZTE.
ZTE. That's what it is. Mama's got one in the phone. The Chinese are always listening in on that one.
Yeah. I didn't know anything about that until the other day. I was like, "What's wrong with CTE?" Oh, shit, that's not good.
No. There's nobody that in our government.
Hello.
Okay, let's see if we're fixing this now. I think I might have fixed the issue. So, anyway, let's get back to where we were. Joe, you were about to.
Hey, Joe, what was you saying?
Yes.
All I was trying to get at is that. It's important that the way that the story gets told. And someone earlier had mentioned Rick Santorum. And Rick Santorum was out earlier today trying to push the narrative that Michael Cohen had staged his testimony to interfere with the Korean trip.
Yeah.
And the reality is that Cohen's testimony was scheduled long before the Korean trip came up, and that was kind of a last-minute thing that the administration pulled out in order to deflect from the Cohen testimony because they knew that there was going to be damning information.
You know, he's always going to bitch about something he did.
Yeah.
He's going to point
I'm
fingers
sure he was pissed.
Oh, man. But, it didn't, Cohen's not the one that overshadowed him. Now is known as on the world stage. They could see it in the news. He's a crook, he's a liar, he's a cheat, he's a thief, and he's lost the respect of the American people. Why the hell would they want anything to do with him except for Putin, which I swear they got a thing going, baby.
Donnie's watching Blue Dot in his room and seeing how the rest of the country feels.
Yeah. I wish he'd tune in. I got a few words for him.
Yeah.
I tweet him every once in a while. Right? I used to tweet him a lot. And then a friend of mine told me, John, you need to quit, because I'd just call him, get off the phone, you liar. Or, I'd just be little quips at him and shit like that. He's a disgusting piece of shit. If you look at every tweet he does, he's talking straight to his little minions.
I'm going to make the mistake and read his Twitter feed right now.
Oh, ain't no telling.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
What words of doom? What did the Democrats do now?
I make the mistake of going to look every now and then, and the problem is then Twitter thinks I'm actually like into these people, so they start recommending people to follow, and I'm like, fuck this shit. No.
Oh, I ain't gonna do that shit. I gotta check him out.
It was something else.
I tuned in a little bit later. Did you guys discuss the CPAC?
Oh well. Outside of you mean
CPAC
the flag hugging and the red
the flag hugging and just the
lock her up
insanity.
Oh man, I'm telling you, that is just so disheartening to watch that because we all see what's happening, And we all see that he's a liar, and he just came back from Vietnam, and he got stomped on over there again, and they come back and try to revel in his glory. I don't know what the hell is wrong with them people. They don't have a brain in my book. You know, it's disgusting to me to watch him.
John, you watch PBS?
I do occasionally.
Yeah, do you follow Rick Steves, who does all the European tours?
No, I can't say.
Yeah, he's on PBS, but he did a special not long ago. It's called The Story of Fascism in Europe. And, yeah, it's online. You can watch it on YouTube. But the parallels are frightening. And when you look at Trump, that's, you know, people call him Hitler. No, that's Mussolini.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just
watch it.
Yes. Since day one, I've been calling him Cheetolini. CHATOLINI.
Yep. Like the body language, everything.
What was that?
Magna? Super chat? I'm sorry if I mispronounce this. Magda Archbold donated $2 through Super Chat. Thank you so very much.
Thank you very much. We appreciate that. I told somebody the other day when if you join Patreon for as $1 a month, I do 5 shows a week. That's a nickel a show. I'm pretty cheap.
But the shows will always be free. Donations and contributions are just what help the show.
That's what helps the show, and we greatly appreciate it. But regardless of if we got a dime or not, the show will continue. If I have to go back out to the shop with my old iPad, crank up, put the battery cables on it, and do it there again, that's what I'll do.
Because I think the coolest thing about this entire thing, and you've brought it up a few times throughout the night, is just the people we have met. Like the people we're talking to tonight. It's like... That's the unreal part. It's like a really cool community,
Y'all wouldn't believe some of the letters I've gotten from people and stuff, and the conversations I've had. It's overwhelming sometimes, because I've always said I'm not that guy. I'm nobody different than anybody else down the street from your house or anybody else that's got an opinion. I just happen to turn my camera on and say something, and I got lucky enough that people listen to me. But it just. I don't know. I get a lot of mail that say they love me, and I so appreciate it, and I don't ever want to, betray that. That's what it is at the heart of this whole thing.
What if I told?
That's corny shit.
Blah. Really quick. What if I told you Donald Trump earlier today?
What?
Tweeted. Actually. But acknowledged New York Times as a news outlet.
Oh, no. The failing New York Times.
HIV is cured in second patient. Doctors report at New York Times. Such great news for so many. Tremendous progress being made.
You do that pretty good.
That's good. Pretty good.
That's the first time I've heard.
That's better than Colbert.
That's pretty good.
Oh no, I'm not nowhere near better than Colbert, but I appreciate.
You have a new job reading his tweets.
Oh shit, no.
That was really good. I appreciate that, Travis. Damn, I didn't know my son was so talented. Well, yes, I do. He does several voices.
But no, that is kind of crazy though that he would. Even acknowledge the New York Times in the tweet. Like, why?
Well, that's great news.
Is he kind of starting to get worried, maybe?
A second person.
If it serves him, he'll acknowledge it.
Yeah.
True.
Look at me, I'm being a nice guy. I kiss off.
Presidential harassment, all caps, 12 hours ago.
Yeah, that's
God, I get pissed off when he says that shit, because what Obama went through was presidential harassment if there was ever a term that. Yeah.
All I have to do is remind myself to look back at during Obama's term to remind me who I'm dealing with. They came out of and I still say to this day, the only reason this asshole got elected was the overwhelming hate that the right-wing media, the Rush Limp Dicks and the Fox Spews and all that shit. Yes, they pumped up and hated on Obama the whole time he was in there. And they built up that hate so much that they carried it right into Hillary, and then here we are with Donnie the Dictator.
That's institutionalized racism. That's all that is.
They've hated Hillary for 30 years.
It is institutional racism. That's exactly what it is. They could not stand that he was in our house. That's what bothered them.
And here's what gets me about it is that these people are so low. The only way they can find to feel good about themselves is to put somebody else down.
Yeah.
You know, it's as long as I'm better than that guy, whether it's a black guy or a woman or whoever, you know, whoever they're going to.
Our whole culture of privilege is predicated on that whole fact that you can make yourself feel better by talking shit about other people. And let me tell you, there's a lot of shit going on right about now in the Jewish community because of Representative Omar and what she said. And some of that stuff is just absolutely stunning to me, that we could have that little respect for ourselves to allow ourselves to go in that direction and say that, that the subjects are off limits. Now, it doesn't work that way.
No. And we have a new pack in this house of young progressives that are they're going to be progressive all over the place. AOC is going to be progressive, shove it up your butt every time she turns around. And
she's amazing.
I like it. I want that conversation out there. I want her to stimulate those.
They're stuffing money into the pockets of the people in Congress.
Yeah.
Amen. And that's exactly what Omar did. The pushback from the Democrats on this one, I really don't understand. Because
they have delayed the vote for her censure, and I believe that they will quietly cancel it. I believe that will be the outcome.
I hope so.
Let's hope. I don't need that. We don't need that shit. And we've got an election to tend to, and we've got 20 candidates now that come out. I don't know. It's getting high.
20 months.
It's getting high.
But no Beto O'Rourke yet.
Not yet.
Yeah.
No. I don't know yet if he's going to run or not. And that puts me in a position, because I really like that guy, and everybody knows I do. And
yes, sir.
But I want to make sure that we have the person that not only is the best for the country, but the man that's going to walk all over and stomp that guy's ass. It has to be somebody.
It has to be the right person.
Must be done.
Yes.
Yeah. Because it's our. I can't stress that enough. And like I always say, it might sound corny, but we're all in this because of the patriotism that we have for our country. That we're willing to voice out and work on a better future. To stand up against this kind of shit. Because if we don't stand up now, what the hell? When is the time we're going to say anything?
Yeah. Did you guys see the size of Bernie's rally over the weekend?
Bernie got a crowd, baby.
He's turning them out.
They're feeling the
Bernie is front runner right now, brother.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I got a tickle in my throat.
If you're gonna make news, you're gonna have to have rallies to beat Bernie, especially beat Trump's rallies. All the hell.
I can tell you, Bernie can fill any stadium he wants to.
Yeah. All the conversations that we're having now in the Democratic Party with all of them, most of that stem from Bernie's voice.
Yes.
So he's the one that put those words in everybody else's mouth.
John, I'm going to challenge you on that, man, because I like Bernie a lot, but I'm going to ask you a question about that one, because I think that what Bernie Sanders represents is just getting back to Democratic roots. I think that we, at some point, in my estimation, it was around 1980.
Right.
You had a lot of Democrats that turned themselves into what was called a Reagan Democrat.
Reagan Democrats, that's right.
And and ushered in this greed, this greed is good mentality.
That's exactly what Reagan brought into this.
And that steered the entire Democratic Party away from its foundational roots, its representation of the working class, its common person, we're all in this together type mentality. And I think that what Bernie did was he reignited that spark. He put those,
because it needs to be in the conversation.
And every candidate that's thrown their hat in the ring thus far has adopted a large portion of Bernie's 2016 platform: Medicare for all,
right? College, education.
Yeah. Getting back to actually providing for the people, and
that's what we have to do. That's what the Democratic Party has to do. Because
And he's labeled a radical. I mean, how ridiculous is that?
That's right.
He's like right at the central pivotal point of what the modern Democrat.
Well, the Republicans are going to they're just going to claim that as socialism. That's socialist. That's what they're going to push.
Why do we?
So is Social Security. So is Medicare.
So is an ambulance that comes get you when you get sick, or a hospital to take you to, or a road to drive there. It's all socialism.
Or the sports stadiums.
Yes.
You know how people mock us? How people mock Americans for the stupid shit that we say? It's really, we have no idea, generally speaking, what socialism is. Socialism is what we have to do. We have to do it to survive as the human race. If we don't do it, we're doomed. This like rugged individual. If we don't do it,
we're going to be a country of the rich and those that serve the rich, and that's it. And there'll be a whole lot more poverty, baby. I'm telling you.
And you know what the rich do? The rich use socialism to their advantage.
That's what they do, baby.
They get taxpayers to pay for their
come the people that work at Walmart have to go get food stamps and stuff like that. That's
like AOC was talking about the other day with Trump's golf course that she rides past every day.
Yeah, exactly. They use it to their benefit and laugh all the way to the bank.
Dude, that's in her district.
That is in her district. Yeah, she's going to have fun with that, I bet. I think there's going to be some problems for that golf course later.
She's going to open a lot of wounds. I'm really looking forward to it.
I know one thing: Republicans hate her.
Yes.
Well, she got the state of New York looking out, getting records from the insurance company that insured Trump.
To insure Trump.
Going back, all the records going back to 2009.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Oh, okay. For his insurance claims and stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because he
wait a minute.
He fudged on the valuation of everything, back and forth.
Donnie, insurance fraud?
I know it. You're shocked. You're shocked.
Oh no, it was insurance fraud and tax fraud. So he would inflate it for the insurance and deflate it for the tax fraud. So it was double fraud.
And that's how the life of the rich and famous work, baby. That's how it works. They've got, our laws are not written for us. We have the basic, the right to an attorney and that kind of shit. We get those rights. But every tax law that's been written has got every loophole you can think of. And there's no loopholes for you out here. There's no loopholes for you to hide your money from the income or anything like that. You can't get away with that shit. They do. It's in the code. It's in their language. The lobbyists wrote the law with that loophole in there just before this Joe Blow over here that wants to put his money in the Caymans or some shit. It's sad. It really is. 'Cause
I do my own taxes every year now because I always have to pay because I don't get nothing taken out of my retirements.
Yeah.
So
because you're independently wealthy and you know all the loopholes, right, Sparky?
Well, I don't use all the loopholes. That over 65 thing, that's a good thing.
Yeah,
Figuring out the Social Security tax thanks to Ronald Reagan is a hard thing to do sometimes because you got all these formulas you got to use.
Mm-hmm. Reagan is the one that for changing everything.
But I love it when I screw up and they send me a refund check back.
There you go. Everybody likes to get money. I can't remember which one of us. One of the campaign candidates came up with a $6,000 tax credit, refundable tax credit that you should get for.
That was Harris.
That was Harris, Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that could be sent to you, I guess, $500 a month or whatever. Who wouldn't, it's that old adage, if you give a working man money, it's going to be in rich man's hand by nightfall. If you give a working man extra money, he's going to go spend that shit. He's got things to buy, whether it be groceries or he can afford another car or a new TV or whatever the hell it is that he's going to go buy. You give a rich man money, he ain't going to do shit. He's put it in the bank. He's already got money out the wazoo. He don't give a crap.
Yep. That money will roll uphill.
Yeah.
Remember before Reagan, when paying your taxes was like a civic patriotic duty? You didn't want to, but you did it.
Every time somebody says, when they find out that I'm a veteran, they say, "Oh, well, John, thank you for your service." And I always say, "Thank you for paying your taxes," because that's what it takes. Nobody wants to pay taxes. No, we all wish we could get our check, but not a thing taken out of it. You worked on it. I mean, that's your labor that earned that money, and a lot of people believe that should not be taxed anyway. But it is how we pay for everything in our country. And the sad fact is that we have corporations that make billions of dollars, don't pay a damn dime for anything. And they use the roads, they use everything else that everybody else is using. And they feed off this nation. And they don't give back. And it used to be the patriotic thing to pay your taxes and to support your country. Look what they did during World War II, which I always used to tell my kids, that's the last war we were ever in, that the American people were 100% behind the effort. And they supported the war and those that came home.
Also the last segregated war.
Yes, that's true. Yeah. And so we've come a long way, but, I don't know.
Let me pick your brain for a second, John.
I had a flashback to when I came home. There were no bands. Nobody came home in groups. We all came home individually, didn't we, Sparky? One at a time, baby.
Nobody cared.
Nobody gave a shit when you got off that airplane. And the first thing you wanted to do was get your uniform off. Nobody liked you back then. Things are changed now, and I'm glad to see a lot more support for the military, but I'd be a lot more happier if they'd take some of that damn budget they get so big every damn year and give those boys 100% pay raise. Let's boost their pay up to what we say they're worth. We're asking them to put their life on the line.
We spend more on our military than the next 10 countries combined. And we have the 10th worst paid military in the world.
That's sad. That tells you the bullshit of all the crap that they always say. Oh, we got the defense is so great. We have to support the troops and all this. That money's going to defense contractors. That's where that money's going.
Profiteering,
big time, baby. Nobody makes more on government contracts than these assholes. I mean to tell you. In some wars,
that's what Trump was bragging about in Alaska the other day when he came back from Korea. He gets up there and starts talking about the F-35 or whatever plane.
Yeah,
we're gonna get you guys a bunch more planes. Like, how many enlisted men really give two shits what plane you're flying?
Nah.
You just want to come home in one piece.
That's it,
with all
baby.
your limbs attached.
That's it. And
we just worked on whatever you put it in front of.
Yeah, and they'll do it. That's their job.
Give us a tech order and we'll go fix it.
That's right. Because that's what the job is. That's where the patriotism comes in. There's less than 1% of the population at any given time serving this country. And I think giving those men and women the pay that they deserve. Because, like I say, what are you asking them to do? How'd you like to go to work on Tuesday or on Wednesday and your boss says, well, you might get killed. You go up there and fix that valve up there, but get your ass up there anyway. You tell them, kiss off. You better make sure that valve's good before I go, whatever, you ain't gonna do that. But that's not the way it is in military life. They'll tell them go up to the edge of that bridge, start firing your weapons.
No, it's not anything like that. You work safe.
Yeah, well, you work safe, but I mean, when you're asking them out on the combat, you're asking these people to put their life on the line every damn day. You should pay them what that's worth. How much is your life worth?
And you should be, and what are you putting your life on the line for? I mean, you look at people of color that fought in the war, and you come back
home with so much racism in this country. You would,
absolutely.
That it's the whole story of our country has always been a constant fight for the rights of somebody. Whether it be the civil rights, women's right to votes, equal rights. It's a constant struggle. Because there's always a constant opposition to the freedoms that we should all have, that the Constitution guarantees to every one of us.
That's why he pushes that. That's why he pushes that no kneeling bullshit, because that separates people. That separates people along a racial line. And you know what? If you're separated, if you're busy fighting about that, and you can't pay attention to the fact that this guy's a sellout to the Russians that sold this country down the river so that he can improve his brand and make him and his family. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
That's what it is.
The sooner that we all get together, the sooner this will all be over.
Yeah. And unfortunately, it looks like that's going to be 2020 if something don't happen. I don't know. I still have high hopes that we could get him to resign or he gets impeached and shit. But, there's a whole lot of talk about is he going to leave peaceably, even if he gets voted out. Yeah, there's a lot of people thinking no, and I have a tendency to
I
believe
think
that.
that's horse shit.
You know,
who's going to keep them in there? The Secret Services took an oath to defend and protect the Constitution too.
That's right. That's right. And regardless of what Donnie thinks of whatever election happens on the 20th of January, we swear in a new president. Doesn't have to be in front of the Capitol. You swear it in. He's the new commander in chief. Donnie ain't squat. So they could.
Here's some.
But it would be
something.
Go ahead.
It was just before we get off of that, like that transition thing. I think it's important. You know, we've talked a lot about the parallels between this administration and the Nixon administration.
Right.
And John Dean, who was White House counsel for the Nixon administration, he testified against Nixon in June '73.
Yep. Publicly.
And in August '74, Nixon stepped down. So using that same kind of timeline, you had Michael Cohen testify end of February. That should put it at right about April 2020. That
right in the meat and potatoes of the election.
Exactly.
Hey, it works for me. Get your ass out.
That'll give all these clamoring idiots, the Ted Cruzes, the John Kasichs of the world, that'll give all of them a chance to throw their little wormy hats right in the ring. And
they can all come out and say, "I knew he was a crook all along. I only supported him because I had to."
And that's exactly what they'll do.
Yeah,
they eat their own.
Ted Cruz will flip flop like they did last time during the when he was running for president. He couldn't say anything nice about Donnie. Oh, vote your conscience and all that shit. And then as soon as Donnie gets elected, Ted Cruz flipped like a pancake. He just went kissing Donnie's butt.
Back.
Well, he's trying to grow a beard there, so he's trying not to look like Ted Cruz. He knows everybody hates Ted Cruz, so he's trying to go incognito.
We'll have to get him some beard
oil. He's also the
Zodiac
killer.
Yeah,
I think he just threw it as a cushion because people just want to punch him in the face.
I'm telling you, shit. Boy, howdy.
Really quick before we go on, Dennis actually mentioned a second ago. I guess you didn't hear him. He wants to pick your brain at something.
I ain't got one, Dennis. I think I lost it, buddy.
No, I was talking to a longtime friend of mine, my lifetime friend from high school the other day.
Yeah.
And since I've been sick the past week,
I've
had a lot of time on my hands to think about things. And he's not really, he doesn't really like politicians or big government. He doesn't like paying taxes, but he's all about a capitalist society. And we were having a conversation about the Democrats and Republicans. Nobody really has a conversation on what they agree with. They all want to talk about the stuff that they have the biggest problem with, like the wall and healthcare. Right. But that's how you open up the conversation, is talk about the things that you share in common, and then slowly build on the stuff that you have a opinion, right, an individual opinion on.
Well,
but everybody wants to debate each other and call each other stupid and then maggots and
Well, I have to confess, I do that sometimes myself because I just get frustrated with the arrogance of their ignorance.
I think the only way for us to progress from this giant division, I mean, it's clear division
it's
now.
Bad. It's bad.
There's like people that are undecided or don't really have the time nor inclination to care about things. We need to bring them into, to vote, to have an opinion, to care about the country. Sitting on the sidelines isn't doing anybody any favors.
Your vote is the most important thing you have. The most cherished thing you have is your vote. And a lot of people think, well, why go vote because my vote doesn't count. Well, if you get enough people to do that, you're right, it won't count. And if you don't vote, it doesn't.
Once we get rid of the electoral college, it'll count. Well, I feel like it'll count even more.
Yeah.
I was talking about I was on your show, twice a week. And he's like, that's good for you. I don't want to talk too much about politics because, we start to butt heads after a while. But he was like comparing it like on a cult-like level. I was like, no, it's just sharing an opinion with somebody and agreeing with their voice and trying to have others of similar opinions to go out and vote, to be aware.
To be aware.
We're not trying to Yeah, we're not trying. We're just trying to educate people. We're not brainwashing them.
No. That's
I got something I can add to this because I really loved getting into actual debates with people. And when I mean debates, I don't mean like throwing fists at each other. It used to be talking about the issues and trying to learn from both sides of an argument. And that just doesn't happen at least I don't encounter that anymore because people, people get so strongly attached to labels like, oh, well, I'm a Republican or I'm a Democrat, therefore these are my values. I don't adjust. That's why
the Republican Party had to adjust for values because they threw them out the window when they followed this guy.
Yeah, but
and that's again throwing rocks at the other side. And that's, when I first started this, I really started to try to reach out to those people that voted for him because I told the story of how, if you're not sure and you made a mistake, the best thing you can do is fess up to it. I did that when I voted for Nixon.
Yeah.
After I voted for Nixon, that's when I seen him resign from all the shit that went through Watergate. That's the guy I voted for. Are you shitting me? I'm not doing that again. I'm gonna know.
And see, like that's the thing is, like you and I are really different. Like when it comes to
Mom says we're just alike.
I know it's weird, but no, it's like when we get into debates,
they're both hard-headed.
You go like I'm a very passive individual. I don't like to get loud. Like I get more pleasure out of stating the facts and just asking questions and then let them get frustrated. That's my style.
That is me to a T.
And it's
I'm the kind that I hear something I step in. Are you shitting me?
That's full of bullshit.
That's bullshit. Don't leave that shit. That's not the way it happened.
And I'm not saying, I'm not going to sit here and say like the way I do it is right or whatever. It's more like I rather inform people than and I'm not going to say it's easy to do that with everybody because there's some people who are impossible to do that with, and at that point I just avoid them because they're a lost cause.
We still have to remember that we still have to be civil with a lot of people that we don't agree with politically.
Yeah,
I agree 100%, Travis. Yeah. When there's a level where you hit in a debate where you're like, this is a waste of my time.
Yeah, exactly.
It's get out of it.
Like it's mostly like.
So you just go
when was the last time you had a debate that wasn't a waste of your time?
Well, actually, for Travis, that wouldn't be him. I'm impressed with with Travis and his group of friends that have stayed together, in contact with each other ever since they were like 6, 7, 8 years old and shit like that. And they're all grown and gone around the country.
I'm trying to think the last time I had a good conversation like that because it has been a while. It was definitely probably around the time Obama first got office. Had a debate with a Republican friend of mine who I no longer associate because he went from conservative to Republican to fucking teabagging asshole.
Right-wing nut job.
Teabagger.
Yeah.
So
Trumpian.
Yeah, exactly. And I think we talked about minimum wage, raising the minimum wage, and it's like, why should a burger flipper get $15 an hour? And it's like, it's not the fact that the burger flipper gets $15 an hour. Everybody gets an increment pay raise. In other words, like y'all were talking about earlier, give the troops 100% pay raise. Let everything else adjust to that. Let's have the idea of work is to make a living wage.
But listen to what you're saying right there, Travis. So I'm gonna like.
Go for
Their argument is that they gotta make that burger flipper feel like they're underneath them.
Exactly.
Like that's where their sense of power comes from, and it's a screwed up thing that we've ingrained in our culture that that's the only way to get ahead, and I think that lends itself to everything that we're discussing here tonight. It's become this. If you've made a mistake, then you're wrong, and that's the most heinous sin. Right now is to be wrong about anything. There's no discussion about it. There's no let's work together and find a better way forward. It's I got to be right, even if I can be scientifically proven wrong.
Yeah.
Brought to you by Donald J. Trump.
Yeah, and see that's the thing. It's because like, I mean, I've worked in many different jobs. One thing in common, people who have wealth and people who have control over other people, that shit gets to their head, and I can't tell you a single
You've
job.
had a couple of asshole bosses.
Yes, I absolutely have. I'm not saying that every job is like that. I'm not going to be that arrogant,
no.
but...
Oh, bullshit. Every fucking job is like that.
Yeah, really, the boss always an ass. I've said this before on my show. The best boss I ever had was a Republican, is a Republican. I haven't spoke to her since the election. I don't know what she's doing, unfriended me and all that shit because of my voice, but she was the best boss I ever had. And she cared deeply about her people and treated them real well, made sure everybody got their, you know.
And see, with that comment right there is kind of falling into this conversation because
that's the way.
Well, you're noticing
also,
something good of that person.
Yes.
Regardless of
the screwed up political views, but other than that, they're great.
They treated
person.
you well.
Oh yeah, treated me well and everybody else that worked there.
How long ago was that, John?
I was, Obama was president.
So, I mean, because the definition of Republican and what it stood for like 10 years ago and today's current status of Republican are horribly different.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I've always said the last real Republican was Goldwater. After that, when Reagan came in, baby, it all went downhill. Reagan came in with the trickle-down economics. He was the first one to bring the religious right into the shit and capitalized on that. And
I say the last real Republican was Teddy Roosevelt, but that's just me.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. But, things changed. The whole definition of who a Republican is now it is shot through the floor because, man, how can you claim to have values and claim to be the moral majority or the family values party and all that bullshit when this is the guy that you've got up there carrying your banner? I don't buy it.
Will the word Trumpian be updated into the dictionaries?
Probably right.
Yeah, we gotta just eliminate his name as best as possible.
He's not just going to carry the banner, he's also going to pump it.
We need to do to him what he's trying to do to Obama.
Yep. Well, what's sad though is he's already left his mark. I mean, for Christ's sakes, have you not seen Dad's set? We're never getting rid of this guy.
We're never. Everything I got here has something to do with that asshole.
But
I particularly like the one with the pen stuck up his butt. I do like having my pen handy right there when I need to write something down. Where's your pen, John? Stuck up Donnie's butt.
But to kind of fan off my response to that is like. That same friend that I told you about that I had a debate with, well, he went way too far right. And it's unfortunate because we did grow up together, or at least in our teenage years. And I gave him the benefit of the doubt way too long. It was, I think I saw a post he made about the kids from, the name's escaping me, the school in Florida.
Parkland.
Thank you.
Yeah, Parkland.
Yeah.
Parkland.
Talking shit about them standing up and look at these kids, they're just snorting condoms and all that other shit, and it's like you're such a fucking asshole. Like that's where I draw the line, and it's as simple as that.
I'm proud to see those kids stand up the way they did.
Yeah, and
I wish our lawmakers would do the same damn thing.
Yeah, but the thing is he takes offense to what they're doing because he turned into a gun nut that walks around with a handheld and 3 magazines on his belt at all times.
Did he have a tiki torch too?
Well, it would be kind of weird if he did because he's Hispanic.
He's Hispanic,
and
he grew up around the kids and whatnot. He was a nice kid.
And you know what's sad is...
Then he grew up and got in the wrong crowd. Next thing you know, he's all rush limp dick, got a gun on his hip, and ride his motorcycle, and I'll shoot you if you try to take it away from me.
There had to be some sort of event that turned
It's the
him
people that he was...
Is he religious or...
Yeah. No, well, I mean, some of them are probably religious.
He went to work in the oil field, and out here in the oil field a lot in South Texas, you're going to find a bunch of dumb Republicans who act like they're patriots, and they're the last thing from it.
Yeah. And the thing is, as well, is, that's what I was mentioning about labels. The moment you get into a label, you're going to feel like you're attached to that label forever. And Jen Morgan donated $4.99 to Super Chat. John and Travis and Tyler research fighting. Hang on a second. Research Bob LaFollette, Wisconsin senator, early 1900s. He started the progressive movement. Oh, that's going to be some homework we got to do.
Got to check that out.
Yes,
thank you, Jen.
And Jen is also our chat moderator.
Yes, she's our chat monitor. She
alongside the invisible child, Tyler.
Tyler, we're working on getting.
I'd like to piggyback off of what Travis was saying there. The guy I had a debate with, my longtime friend, ours wasn't about the minimum wage. It was more about healthcare because I've been sick a lot this year.
Yeah.
Quit doing that shit.
He was all about, well, the American system works because it's for profit and you know, that's why we have good doctors. The system's good, and single payer is not going to work.
Yeah. Sure. Tell that to the guy that can't afford his insulin medicine.
And I said, so you would deny people like the CEO of the company that makes the EpiPen that gouged prices from like, what were they, $80 to like 500?
Yeah.
And he stopped. He just stopped dead in his tracks, and the conversation was over.
There you go. And see, that isn't it more satisfying when you can make a point, and they can't pull for straws to try to come up with they have to acknowledge that you're right somewhere. And that's the thing, because with this other guy, I just knew it wasn't going to happen. And what's sad is I would love to be friends, but I cannot. I got friends that he would hate, you know? It's like, I got to think, can I bring this person into my life and he can love everybody that's a part of my life? Whether they're, yeah, exactly. No. Whether they're
know where our limits stand. That's why I didn't even bring the show up until like Saturday. He never knew I was on any shows or anything like that.
Absolutely.
And then once we got talking, and he knew I knew what I was talking about, and I was gonna embarrass him a little bit. He kind of backed off.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't like it when you know shit.
I just wish people, and it doesn't matter of what side or any side. It doesn't really matter. It's just look into things yourself. Don't listen to, you know, I don't like to listen to the media at all, period. I will do my own research on the matters and figure things out for myself, because I want to make my own decisions. I don't want someone else making my own decisions. I don't lean left because my dad does a TV show. You know, I think about what are my values.
I'm on TV.
Well, okay, internet.
Well, I'm on this TV.
Not TV.
Well,
but
there, I'm on TV.
And it makes me sleep good at night, because, and I'm not saying like, oh, because I'm Democrat or leading left or whatever, you know, that makes me better than anybody else. No, I take more pride in taking the time when I can. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and tell y'all that politics is like my number one thing every single day, but I do pay attention to the issues and try to stay informed so I know what I'm voting for. And
I don't want to say that since I met your mama in 1976 and we first started dating, one of the first times that we ever stayed together in a room was during the Ford Carter debates. And we watched them. So it tells you how long me and Mama have been involved in. You listen to that idiot up there? Did you believe what he said and all that? Yeah, we've been you know, I didn't find my voice for this shit until Donnie came out, because prior to that, you know, I was like most everybody else. You know, I went and voted. I tried to pay attention, do the best I can as a citizen, you know, and always felt in my heart that it was your patriotic duty to go vote, to be informed and to vote, to be a part of this country, to pay your taxes as much as we all hate it. It was just like you were saying a little while ago. It's a patriotic thing to do. You support your country. You're proud of your country. And
what's sad, it's getting harder to. It's like a real test, isn't it? Because
it is now, baby. As far as I'm concerned, this is a test.
Yeah.
And I think the other side's failing, drastically bad for not standing up and demanding accountability of this man. Because it's obvious every day what he's doing, and the Republicans are refusing to do anything about it.
Yeah,
I've lost all faith in them. I don't have any hope for the Republican
I'll admit,
Party.
I was in blissful ignorance a few years ago of politics. I didn't think much about them, but now that I've become a parent of 3 kids, and you know, I'm getting older, and my legacy is what to leave them. It absolutely means everything to me.
Yeah, and there's nothing, like there's a lot of my friends who are like, I feel like I should be more involved, and it's like, well, you don't have to be as involved as I am. Just understand the facts where you can, like don't buy the bullshit that's from Fox or anybody for that matter. But
don't buy the simplest solution. That's not always correct.
Exactly.
I mean that's what Donald Trump offers. Like that's the Trevor Noah does a daily show now. He has really
love that guy.
In between the scenes that you can get online. He had a really good one that I saw a couple days ago, and it's exactly that in the Republican primary in 2016, you had all these guys, and this is what we got to be careful about on the left this year, guys. And I mean this from my heart, because you get so many candidates in there, and there's a lot of confusion, and there's a lot of nuance to answer all of these issues. There's a lot of different ways that things can shake out, and Trevor Noah pointed out, he's like, you got Ted Cruz giving a long-winded explanation about something. You got John Kasich giving a long-winded explanation about something. It's all about immigration. Then you got Donald Trump that just says, wall.
Yeah.
Wall, fix it. And so that's so stupid.
Yeah. No, you make a good point.
Simple.
And I can add one to that as well, which is they're gonna take your guns.
Oh, how?
Tell me how.
I'm surprised the wall is taking over the old. They're coming to get your gun shit.
How? How are they going to take your guns? I would love to hear.
Didn't Obama take yours?
Yeah, came right by here.
Yeah.
I believe it was him. Got him right there. I had to sign all that shit.
He gave me like a high five on the way in. He was like, "Yo, man, I'm here to take your pieces." And I'm like, "Okay."
Is this all you got? Yep, that's all we got.
Here, gladly take my guns, please.
It's just pitiful.
I got some airsoft guns downstairs.
I'm glad to see the NRA taking a hit. I think they should have taken a hit a long damn time ago. They quit supporting gun rights or anything. They work strictly for the gun manufacturers. They don't give a shit who gets a gun. Just buy a gun anywhere. We need to sell guns. That's all their message is.
Yeah, but then they play that little bit of, they're gonna take your guns, therefore you feel like you need to have a gun.
They've
or
been
multiple
singing that
guns.
song forever, and I don't understand how anybody on the right can even
because they don't look into it.
No,
they just God,
it's like a bumper sticker.
Yep. Oh yeah.
I support the troops. That's all it is, a damn bumper sticker, and that's what the Republican Party sells.
Yeah.
Slogans. If they make you feel good with a slogan, baby, they got your vote.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And I like to think Democrats are a little bit more informed than that.
But to be fair, even with Democrats, I always double, triple check. Like, that's just me, though. Now, I'm not saying there's ever been a time where I feel like someone was lying to me. It's just, that's...
Are you telling me you might have voted for a Republican?
Me? No, I've only voted for... Yeah, no. I have voted... my first vote was for Obama. My second vote was for Obama, and my third vote was for Hillary.
We make it a family thing to go vote. We get excited when it's coming our turn.
I was excited to fucking vote. Are you kidding me? I got to say I voted for. Oh no, I'm sorry. I only voted for. I nearly was old enough to vote for the Obama's first run. I only voted Obama the second run. I don't know why I thought twice. I just remember going.
You were being pumped up the same time when me and Mama went.
Oh God. And I cannot tell you, that was the worst.
We get giddy around election time around here.
And I gotta say, when Trump got elected, that was the worst anniversary me and my girlfriend had ever. Holy shit, that was. I felt like what it was to lose.
It was a gut punch.
Yes.
The next day, it just. I was one of those people that was just devastated, pissed off to the max pissed offness. I mean, I was really upset. How could this country take that?
And a blue dot in Texas was born that day.
That's right, baby. I got my camera out and I started yelling that shit. Are you shitting me? You voted for this crap. And I haven't stopped yet, and I'm not going to. This beard stays until he goes.
And that should go for everybody. No one should stop.
I was standing in line the other day and I was talking about somebody about my beard and what I've been doing, and I pulled my beard up like that, and I said, "You see this?" And I pulled that last little hair out. I said, "You see that right there?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "That's when he was fucking elected right there." I look at that hair. That hair is miserable. It's suffered all. See how long that hair is? Here's this lie, that lie down here. This is the girls he paid off. It's all right there in the beard, baby. It's a timeline.
Shit, that beard's got almost close to 9,000 lives in it.
I mean to tell you.
I think you literally just made a T-shirt design.
Rose.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk to her about that. That's actually pretty.
That's
funny.
when he was elected, right there.
That's pretty
Staring
good.
out. I get
That's
that longest
good.
hair and go, look at there, you son of a bitch. That's
I could do the same with mine, but mine reaches further than yours. Of course, it's dealing with the top of the head. I don't feel like undoing it. It's not worth it.
I'm ready.
People
to get
believe
rid
it.
of
I
his
have long
ass.
hair.
Yes, he does. Yes.
So do I.
Yeah.
Kiss off.
I can pull my ponytail around and put it in my mouth. Is that long hair?
That's long
Yeah,
hair.
no,
but
I think I can do that. Fuck it, I'll do it. I can do the same thing, I think. I'm going to try it.
I can signal SOS with my head. Can you do that?
You can flash airplanes.
I can fly airplanes with my head.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I could totally put it in my
Oh, yeah. Look at you.
Goes
Got hair
way past
down.
my armpit, so.
Yeah. He's got long, dark, pretty hair. Kiss off. It'll go soon
It's
enough.
annoying as shit. I can't
Wait
wait to
till you
get rid
get
of
old.
it, though.
Shit just falls off. I hear him screaming when they pass my ear. Shit, they
You're gonna make Travis blush over there.
Oh, jeez, people. Everybody giving me compliments. I appreciate it.
They like Travis. I'm glad they do, too. I'm glad they do. Hi, Donna Sturdivant out there in Maryland. I see you, darling. I just letting her know that because she tried to sneak off from Oklahoma and run out to Maryland. Thought she was going to hide, but we found her. I got to give her credit. She found us. And Leanne Scott, thank you, darling. She's down in Australia, and we appreciate her jumping in. She'd been here for a while. I've been seeing her name go by there. Anyway.
If the NRA was broke, I wouldn't reach for the bullshit that the NRA sends my husband, says Donna Gaston. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. That's funny. Because we still, every now and then we get letters from the
Oh, yeah.
NRA.
I got a letter from the NRA the other day from my father, who passed away in 1979.
Yeah.
And they wanted his vote and his money. So that's who the NRA is. You know, not
Get
road
emails
crew.
from them.
Oh, I get shit all the time from them. They finally
like
quit
to send
sending the magazine.
replies.
I figured it cost them money, so they quit that.
Donna Sturnavant, leave your question and I'll try to get to it here. I just noticed your message here in caps, so yeah, go ahead and leave your question and I'll make sure Dad sees it.
Donna Sturdivant's got a question?
Yes.
Well.
I mean, like, hello, got a question, John. So I figure.
Okay. Hello. Oh, I see it right there. Hello.
Yeah.
Hello, Donna.
Again, this chat goes by really fast, so I apologize for everybody who we miss, because we know we miss a lot. It's just, it's very hard to keep up and also keep the show going at the same time.
I got a story.
Go for it.
What's up?
I used to get letters after my parents passed away from the Republican National Committee looking for donations.
Yep, trying to smell the money out.
So I found a big old middle finger character on the internet, and I printed it out, put it in the envelope, prepaid envelope, and sent it back to
There you go. There you go.
Bravo.
Send the message, baby. I love it. They're gonna crash and burn pretty soon. They're tied up in this shit so bad they got rushes. All right, there's started. During the debates, Hillary told us about Trump being a Russian hack. How did she know? How did she know? I think
the moment Russia, if you are listening, I hope you can find the 30,000 emails.
I think Hillary, being Secretary of State, probably knew a little inside information on the asshole where
that's
he's
a good
getting
point.
his money.
That's a good point.
But you got to remember, they also hacked the RNC.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Also,
and they haven't released any of that information.
Trump and the Clintons used to be friendly. They used to be friends.
Absolutely.
Donnie used to be a Democrat. Donnie was a liberal all his life until he decided to run for president, and the only one he could win would be because he knows he can sell hate. That's what he can sell.
Yeah, and he knows the
further thing.
Fear.
Oh yeah, red meat to every racist asshole in the country. You know, and those that lean that way. They're just, he knew he could get that. That's what he's not trying. That's how come they always say he's not trying to broaden his base. He's just digging deeper in his base, because he wants those people fanatical to vote for him. You know.
I'm telling you guys, like I've been sitting over here strategizing, and I've been thinking about this.
Let's hear it.
What?
The best thing that could happen is is you get, somebody like David Duke, get him to run for president.
Yeah.
You'll split that Republican ticket right there. You'll get all the crazy racist assholes that just don't think that Donnie's gone far enough, and they'll go shuffle off and vote for David Duke, and
split that party.
That is a scary thought, though, because those groups are 10 times bigger nowadays.
Yes.
Militant.
I saw something on the internet today.
What's that?
That David Duke came out and endorsed Chelsea Gabbard.
No shit.
I forget where it was. Just on a Facebook post. I don't know if it's real or not.
Yeah, that man needs to go away.
Yeah.
It's a scary thought though, because it's also in like you have these groups of people that have been around for ages, Klansmen or whatever. But and I have to remind people about this all the time because I see it in my age group. Not every single one of us, quote unquote, millennials are good people. Like, look, that footage from that protest that with that Native American.
If you're raised in this shit, whatever. That's what I believe. Whatever your parents teach you is what you live. If your parents are racist assholes, you're going to grow up to be a racist asshole.
Until you get a mind of your own. If
they're religious, you're going to
be a religious nut.
Grow up religious asshole.
See, it's going to be it's that old neuter stuff. It's what you're raised in.
And see, that's the scary.
How come I say we're never going to get rid of racism, because there's always going to be one racist asshole teaching his kid that shit.
But that's the scary thought is like, young people really came out to vote for like Beto, for example. You get some radical like David Duke.
On the right.
Yeah, think about it, because people are already obsessing over Trump now. Imagine if you get someone worse than Trump.
Yeah, but I still like to think
how's that?
Yeah. Donnie uses closeted racism, or however you want to say it.
And David Duke is just
David Duke is right out there in front. Yeah. It would be there's no way that man could get elected for anything.
It's like the asshole in 624 with the American flag that fades into the fucking Confederate flag.
Travis just pointed that out to me. We was on the way into town the other day. Dad, did you see that flag back there? No, I'm driving. He said, Dad, it's half American flag and half rebel flag. Are you shitting me? On the same flag? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
In other words, just that's
the mentality of those people, because they don't realize those were opposing views. They were opposing armies, opposing everything. It's opposite. They mean different damn things, and they try to conflate patriotism while you're holding that freaking rebel flag. Kiss my ass.
Yeah.
Well, we had a guy move in down the street to have one of them flags. And the first time I saw it, I said, "What the fuck?"
I got one on this street. He proudly flies his stars and bars down there, probably just to piss me off. Yeah. He knows me.
No, but the dual-sided flag.
Oh.
Wow.
Don't they realize that's like defacing the fucking flag? Or whatever.
It's just that more.
Yeah. He didn't live there very long. I don't know if people across the street complained or whatever, but or the landlords saw it and said,
that's
"You're out of
here,
here,
shit. Get out."
Yeah, I would. I'd be discriminatory.
Wow. Hey,
rebel flag, get your shit out of here. I don't need that.
But crap. It is. But I, like back to what Joe was mentioning. It's like I can totally see that going against Trump. But God, that's a gamble. Like, because Trump wasn't supposed to win.
They already got one guy out there.
All right. It's a good point, Travis.
I forgot who he is. Somebody's already tossed their hat in the Republican ring. There'll be a few step up, maybe.
I wish more should be. To be honest, more should be standing up against Trump.
But the ones that could make a difference, like Flake or something, he ain't jumping in. You don't see those that could make a difference.
Flake.
To try to come
back.
I
think it's the mayor of Maryland.
The mayor of Maryland?
Not Maryland, mayor, governor.
Governor of Maryland?
Yeah.
Hogan or something like that.
Oh, yeah. I can't remember his name right now, but Wall? No, or that's
Wall.
Just the Wall.
And then the old governor of Massachusetts or something. Thinking about it. Kasich is out there roaming around.
Yeah,
too.
He's been making a lot of appearances lately, trying to pitch his shit too. Somebody on the right is going to have to come in and try to make an attempt to rescue the Republican Party with that language.
Well,
to regain control of the party that's gone so.
The only one I could think of, he can't even run for president, and that's Schwarzenegger.
No, he can't run.
Nope.
No, but there should be somebody on the right.
He didn't want to be president anyway.
No,
of course
not.
But
there should be somebody on the right that should have the huevos to stand up and reclaim the party. But I don't see it happening. Right now, everybody's runs chicken shit after everything. They're afraid Donnie's going to tweet about him or make up some name, nickname or something.
I forgot I should check his Twitter, see if he said anything in the last 2 hours since we've been on.
I'm sure he's tweeting out.
Oh, Travis,
shit.
I'm gonna post this link for you. It's it's a comedian that makes a really good point about gun control. I think everybody should watch it. I'll post it in YouTube.
Ooh, yes, please do. Please do.
Oh, is that the Australian guy?
I think he's from New York.
Oh.
Let's see.
I forget the name of the Australian comic that has a TV show on Comedy Central, but he's got a good gun control rant too.
Spark, you've been looking up some stuff. You're right. I can verify that David Duke has endorsed Tulsi Gabbard, and she's denounced it. She's absolutely denounced.
I bet she did.
I mean, what other position could you take? But David Duke's comment says Tulsi Gabbard is currently the only presidential candidate who doesn't want to send white children off to die for Israel.
Oh lordy!
Wow! Oh boy!
Well,
couldn't say American children. He's only worried about white children.
They're going to have these weirdos start coming out of the woodwork, and they're going to start endorsing Democratic candidates. They're going to try and knock them off one by one.
Any way they can.
We're seeing it in social media now. Facebook, I'm already seeing polls that are skewed that are, saying that 56% of the population would reelect Trump, and I'm like, where's that information coming from? People need to be very aware of where their news is coming from.
But as long as we have the Electoral College, it's something we have to worry about.
Don't go with one source.
No.
I used to see Trump stickers all over the place out here. I don't see any of them anymore. There was even a guy that had a big old silver van.
I'd be embarrassed.
Trump right down the side of it.
Yeah, they're here.
The dumbest, I gotta share this really quick, the dumbest bumpers. There was a truck that I saw going into Corpus Christi not too long ago, and this guy is one of those, I don't care who you are, it's like when you have over 50 bumper stickers on your car, it's like, okay, that's enough.
Yeah.
But no shit, from top to bottom there was 2 stickers, and one of them was, I am a proud American, right? I'm a proud American, and underneath was, make Texas secede.
Yeah, there you go. That's the ones I like to point out.
What the fuck? Are you stupid?
Yeah. And you see that a lot down here. American flag and a secede sticker. Are you shitting me?
Do you not realize what seceding means?
No shit. Because they like to have that because Texas is the only state that has that in their laws that we can become our own. It's bullshit.
We won't be America anymore.
Don't pick a side, buddy. I tell them, whether it be this state or any other state, if you're thinking about seceding from the Union, the first step is go into Arlington and piss on every grave, because that's what you're saying. If you want to.
Well, I live in the state of Jefferson out here in California. They want to split.
Split. California wanted to go.
And the rest of California.
Yeah, kiss off. Don't call yourself an American if you don't believe in that shit.
There's a section in Northern California.
We're going to make our own country.
They want to make a new state.
Yeah, kiss off.
Yeah, they want to do the same thing in Washington. They want to combine the Dakotas. Crazy stuff.
Well, combining the Dakotas, I don't know. They get 2 senators. I'm with Bill Maher on that shit. Wyoming and the Dakotas, they get 2 senators just like everybody else. And look at the senators of California, how many people they have, and they only get 2. It's not representative government.
Well, they only got 1 congressman. That ought to tell you something.
Yeah. 1. We got counties. I mean, we got districts down here in Texas that are bigger than a lot of states. That one guy out there. out there in El Paso.
I was gonna say.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say even in Cincinnati, man, like our metro area is bigger than the population of the state of Wyoming. Like that's.
There you go.
You know, and Cincinnati's not.
And that's not the bad mouthing Wyoming. You know, Wyoming has got a dog in this fight just like every other state does. But you know, when it comes to the national vote, and you know, it just doesn't seem right sometimes. Doesn't seem safe. You know.
It seems rigged.
It's rigged. It's rigged. It's all rigged. I'm the winner. That's what we'll expect to hear. You know, no matter.
We better not be expecting to hear it.
That's what he'll do.
I'm expecting to hear.
I don't give a shit. They drag him out, screaming and kicking, covered in tar and feathers.
That's what I'm expecting.
That's what he
to hear.
deserves.
Yeah.
He deserves to be thrown out like that. He's a disgrace. Anyway, I guess I ought to start thinking about shutting this down. Mama's sitting out there in the living room.
Slowly.
You gonna come back before I go to bed? So
we've been at it for 2 hours and 6 minutes.
Good conversation, baby.
Absolutely.
It goes a long way. Well, I want to tell everybody thank you for joining in the conversation tonight. Keep it going.
Happy to participate,
well,
John.
Good. I'm glad to hear it, Sparky Joe. Mitch,
thanks for having us.
You bet.
Always.
Dennis, always pleasure to have you, bub. And all those that donated tonight and through the chat and everything through Patreon, we really appreciate that. It goes a long way to keep this shit going.
Yeah. I want to make a note really quick because of this upgrade that we got. Normally, on our previous streams, we would have about what our program here would say 30% frame drop. In other words, 30% of our stream never made it. We now got it down all the way to 8%. So just having this cable down here made our stream much stabler. I did hear about a few glitches in the chat. I'm going to go look through that and figure out what those problems were. So I appreciate those comments.
Just big shout out to Chris Kloss, who sent us the equipment to be able to do this stuff.
Absolutely.
Just a big shout out to him. He has made a big difference in our abilities here, and we want to keep it going. It's just those kind of donations and those that help. Just keep this thing going and keep it growing, and that's what we want to do. Just keep the conversation going.
And let's also thank Jen Morgan and Tyler for moderating the chat tonight
very
over
much
at YouTube.
Again.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it very much.
And of course, our lovely panel. There is that stereotypical enough for TV hosts? Our lovely
kissing
panel.
up to a lovely panel. How do you know? What does Sparky look like? How do you know he's lovely?
Because he sounds like Tommy Chong.
That's right, he does.
And that man is wonderful.
I've got a big white beard and long ass hair.
There you go. Yeah, it sounds like Tommy Chong. Looks like him too.
Santa Claus.
Hey, Santa Claus is a great man.
That's
so
right.
If that's the case.
We like Santa Claus.
Of course.
Anyway, I guess we'll say goodnight to everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Like, share, and subscribe, baby. John Breville, Blue Dot in Texas. Let that blue light shine no matter where you're at, and get involved in the conversation. Stay informed. It's the way we take our country back, baby, and that's the name of the game. It's been hijacked, and we see the result of it every day. And I don't know about you, but I want to return some honor into our house. And this asshole's got to go. So keep that voice going, keep the conversation going, and grab somebody else into the conversation. And
see you
Thursday. Go like the new news on Facebook.
Yes.
Shameless plug.
Yes, shameless plug. Go by and see Joe Riddle over there at the new news, and Joe does his live thing along with Randy Kervin, Leo Sahaki, Richard Anderson, and besides the big guy like Bob Kincaid, which I so admire that man. He's smart, and I really enjoy his show. So if you haven't had an opportunity to go by and check out Bob Kincaid on Head On Radio, do that. Do yourself a favor.
And John's on Friday.
I'm there Friday night, baby. So is Dennis. Dennis will be there. So is Sparky. And it's the format just like this. Friday on the front porch is just people getting together and talking and laughing about everything from politics to shiny honey. You never know. So.
And also, importantly enough, you got a voice too. Join the crowd. Join in. Make your voice heard. Do videos, rants. Doesn't matter.
Get in the comments. Whatever it is that you can do, do that.
You're making you all made an impact tonight. So keep spreading it. Just because we're offline doesn't mean you have to.
That's right. Keep the conversation going.
Yeah.
I guess that's it, babe.
I guess that's it.
All right.
All righty.
Y'all have a good night, and we'll talk to y'all later.
Bye.
All right.